Hello again, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Tom Nelson, and this is the Diabetes Control video course, 6 Steps to Gaining Complete Control Over Diabetes, and this is finally step number 6 of 6. Part 1, Toxins. Let's review the causes of toxins that build up in your body. Healthy gastrointestinal tract is a very unique structure. It's made up of a tightly woven mesh of tissue, those epithelial cells that very tightly bond together and prevent the absorption of dangerous bacteria, harmful chemicals, undigested food, undigested matter, and also fecal particles. All will not be allowed to enter the bloodstream if your intestines are healthy. So poor diet, poor blood management, sugar control, chronic stress, chronic inflammation, all tend to work on that tight control of those epithelial cells, which will lead to what's called leaky gut. We've talked about this in earlier videos. All of the undesirable substances can now penetrate that intestinal wall. They'll enter your intestinal cavity. They'll be picked up by the bloodstream, and they'll be circulated throughout your entire body. They will enter the bloodstreams very quickly, and they will be quickly recognized as invaders by the antigens. Remember the antigens with the antennas that look for things that are not supposed to be in the bloodstream, and they will notify your immune system, and that will then cause an inflammatory response. Insulin resistance substantially increases the risk of developing leaky gut. And likewise, leaky gut can contribute to insulin resistance. So as you have seen in the previous courses, in the lessons, it's a multifaceted approach. You have to do a lot of different things. So every time a diabetic with insulin resistance eats a meal, this process can take place. Chronic inflammation will develop throughout the body, and the immune system will never get a rest. This is one of the leading causes of the manifestation of diabetes and other chronic diseases. Processed and overcooked foods are void of living enzymes that the body totally relies on to digest your food. So if it's overcooked, it's going to destroy them. If it has chemicals in it, it's going to impact them. So your antigens are going to reject them as invaders. So the body is not designed to completely digest food on its own. It relies on the living enzymes that come with whatever the natural form of food is that you have, and it's provided by the food to help your body digest the food. So processing and overcooking is going to kill all of those living enzymes. Eating too fast or not taking the time to properly chew your food robs that food of the digestive enzymes that would normally be picked up while in your mouth and being chewed. The chewing process works the mouth's digestive enzymes deeply into each of those bites of food that you take, and it helps your body break that food down. So when food is gulped down, the result is a glob of difficult to digest matter, which forces your body to discharge too much acid and an attempt to break it down. It's very important that you do not drink fluids during a meal because you're going to dilute the hydrochloric acid, which is needed in order to digest your food. You'll also recall that diabetics are deficient in hydrochloric acid production. So drinking during a meal will exacerbate an already debilitating issue. So it may prove beneficial to drink a full glass of water or whatever you're drinking about 10 minutes prior to each meal. The result is a buildup of undigested matter in your intestines because your body produces large amounts of mucus in the intestines to protect itself from the things like chemicals and high acid levels and other synthetic substances that were in your diet and processed food. It's an attempt to protect its very, very delicate epithelial cell lining. So over time, the mucus is going to harden and it's going to thicken. And certain lectins in food, especially from wheat and also from legumes, will attack the protective layer of that mucus and will break it down, exposing those very delicate, unprotected epithelial cells that make up your intestinal lining. Dairy causes a massive amount of mucus production. It generates massive amounts of it, more than any other food. So too little fiber and too little exercise added to all of this is really going to exacerbate this already bad situation. So too little exercise weakens the muscles that normally would move the waste matter along in your intestines, which results in a longer transit time, a problem already advanced due to neuropathy in some diabetics. Too little fiber prevents the elimination of toxins, cholesterol, waste, and other irritants, as we discussed in previous videos. The slower movement of matter through your intestines allows too much water to be drawn out of that matter, making it more difficult to move, and it'll lead to constipation. That slower movement allows a buildup of toxins and cholesterol that ultimately is going to be reabsorbed back into your bloodstream, where they begin again to build up throughout your body. So over time, your body's going to accumulate dead cells, damaged cells, fatty deposits, abscesses, lectins, toxins, bacteria, viruses, and fecal plaque. The body's going to build up what are classified as poisons that are going to slowly destroy your body's vital organs. So many scientists believe that this buildup is the leading cause of death, death caused by natural causes. Diabetes adds to that problem. You're going to recall that high blood sugars destroy many tiny blood vessels throughout your body. Your lungs have lost some of their capacity to exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide. The removal of waste products is going to be impaired. So your body's oxygen levels will decline, which has reduced the overall function of thousands upon thousands of very important bodily functions. Nerve endings are going to begin to die off because they have been starved of the very important oxygen and food that feeds them. Over time, toxins and waste products have built up in your body, and that's why we're doing these cleanses. Your body is focusing most of its energy on just surviving, to keeping the vital organs going and functioning, even at a lesser level. So your body has abandoned efforts to reverse the damage, has resolved to what has become a seemingly hopeless condition. So now proceed to Lesson 12, Part 2, Systemic Toxin Removal. Thank you for watching this video lesson, and please pay it forward. Thank you.